played very well. Of course, everyone knows going into that game, two ranked teams. Chattanooga was the preseason pick to win the Southern Conference. The Bears went to Finley Stadium and won the football game, score of 10-3. The Bears held the Mocs to only 19 yards rushing, and the Mocs were 0 of 12 on third down attempts. We had a blocked field goal attempt by Dacius Miller. Miles Redding intercepted a pass in the second half. Real quick before we bring up Coach Jacobs to make his comments and take questions, the Bears are the FCS National Team of the Week. The Bears are first in the nation in scoring defense at 5 points a game, first in rushing defense, 13.7 yards a game, first in third down percentage, and first in tackles for loss, second in total defense. With that, I'll bring up Coach Jacobs.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. Just really proud of our guys and the way they carried themselves, right? We knew we'd have a challenge, right? Not just a first road game, but our SoCon opener at the preseason #1. Chattanooga's a team that had beaten us 2 years in a row. So really challenged our guys. We knew that they were a physical operation, and so really challenged our kids last week in practice to match that intensity, to match that physicality or enhance it. I thought, our preparation last week led us to playing well. You heard some of the defensive stats. Anytime you can hold the team 0 for 12 on third down, anytime you can hold them under 100 yards rushing, and in this instance under 25 yards rushing, it gives you a tremendous opportunity to win a football game. Really impressed with the way that our defense played. Saturday night, and really, not only was it a challenge to be physical, but it was to do it for 60 minutes, right? We'd started fast, we've started slow, we hadn't played 60 minutes, and I thought we did that certainly on Saturday to help secure the victory. Offensively, I was impressed with the way we ran the football. You take away the sack yardage, we were just under 200 yards rushing there, and I thought our kids just grounded out. I think we had 52 rushes in the game, and they were consistent in what we did. There weren't any huge ripper runs, but there was just grinded out runs, and that helped with the time of possession. That helped keep our defense off the field. It helps with a number of things, but I thought we ran the football hard. I thought we left a few points on the table there on a few execution things, but all in all, I thought our game plan was really good. I thought our kids executed at a high level. And again, our special teams continue to be a weapon for us with the blocked field goal. That was a huge momentum swing in the game, early in the game, where we kept them off the board. And then our ability to win the field position battle with our punting game has been tremendous. And not just John, who you'll hear from, but our coverage unit with that group has been tremendous as well. So all in all, a great Saturday, great win for our players. And we're looking forward to being back home at 5-star this weekend versus Citadel. So with that, I'll open it up for questions.
Coach, 5-17-1 all-time on the road against Chattanooga. To get that 6th win, what does that mean for not only you as a coach, but even just the program as well?
Yeah, Chattanooga's a team that's done pretty well in this conference, and especially the last few years. Obviously, they have a number of senior and super senior players that people felt highly enough about to vote them preseason #1. So really just the way that our kids carried themselves. Again, I don't mind being on the road because you eliminate a lot of the distractions, right? We feed them well, they sleep in great hotels, and it's just about the football family and being together around them, and really all it is putting your mind on the game. So I'm super excited for how we played. I'm proud of how they played, and that's a great win for our program. But we got a lot of work to do this week as well. I mean, it's all. I don't know that I've been surprised with anything. I'm really happy with the way that they play. I think that group, they're playing like a unit that's got something to prove, and they're doing it in unselfish ways. We're playing a ton of defensive linemen right now. We got a rotation at linebacker there, and then we have several defensive backs who are also rotating in. So it's not just been the same 11 guys that have done it for us. It's been different combinations, and I think their willingness to buy in, I think their willingness to run to the football and make effort plays, and then just the physicality which they've shown has led to their early success. And I think Mook will get into, it's just a mindset now, right? Like, they were tired of being viewed as a liability for the program, whatever. And so the shift in the mindset of a physical group, a tough group, a mentally tough group, one that's in shape and can handle tempo and things like that. And then, it's still about consistency. I think we're playing more consistent than they have in the past, and that's led to us having success as a team right now.
Coach, congrats on your first SoCon win.
Thank you.
What'd you see good from the offense on the road?
Yeah, again, I thought we ran the football. I thought we did a good job with the game planning and getting us positive numbers in certain looks. I thought you saw an added element with their quarterback run game a little bit. I thought DJ did a good job managing the things we asked him to do running the football. I thought Dwayne McGee really ran hard, but the thing that's you can't quantify in a stat line, our perimeter blocking has been tremendous. It was tremendous in the first game against Presbyterian. It was good against Bethune, but it was really good last week. Those wideouts, those running backs and tight ends that are out on the perimeter are doing a terrific job. They've bought into being physical, and they know if they block, they earn the right to catch passes at some point. So really impressed with that group.
You talked a little bit about DJ doing what you needed on the ground a minute ago. This was a really big test for him on the road. He had the interception early, but I think after that, he also had really good decision making in general in the pocket on the run, as you said. How big is that for you as a team for him to, show a lot of maturity in that situation and play this out?
I mean, we want our guys to be playmakers, but we want them to do it in a way that doesn't put the team in jeopardy. And when you're playing a really good team like Chattanooga, when you're on the road, just eliminating the ability and the margin for errors, right? Like, you don't want to restrain them and keep them from trying to make great plays, but you want to be cautious and you want to protect the football. And I thought he's done a good job of balancing, taking some chances, but being smart and just getting what he can at certain points as well.
You held the ball for 36 minutes. It seemed like every second kind of counted in this game. How would you say that a game like this, just kind of prepares you for the SoCon going forward? Because the first two games have been full of offensive firepower, things have gone well, but to slow down the game and kind of change that up as a coach.
Yeah, I think as the degree of difficulty gets greater as we get into a really good conference, and one that I think is playing out to have a bunch of parity this year. Close games are the ones that matter most, right? Like, it's easy to front run and win big, like that's awesome. But when you have to grind out a win, when you got to play defense, when you got to play the field position game, when you have to run the football to move the clock, to me that's almost like a playoff atmosphere, right? Like there's very small margins, the penalty margin, the field position, all those things. And so when you get that early in the season and you have success in that type of game, I think it just builds confidence in what your team's capable of when your backs are against the wall, when there is no room for error. And I thought our guys responded, and that'll go a long way towards us, understanding what we have and when things don't always go our way.
Coach, family weekend this weekend, lots of people on campus. What does it mean for you to come back? I know you've just experienced the one home game so far this year, but what's it mean to you to come back and 5-star 3-0 and probably expecting a big crowd?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to a Saturday in 5-star, right? Like Thursday night was awesome, right? We kicked off the season and all that, but with the lightning delay, I don't know that we've got the full aspect. I give our fans a lot of credit. We've traveled great the last few weekends, our football parents especially. I know we had a big alumni contingent at the Chattanooga game, which was fantastic. But anytime we have a chance to fill this stadium, anytime we have a chance to make sure that they can have an effect on the game with how loud they are and how they can affect the opponent, we can't wait to get back home, right? It feels like it's been a month, which it kind of has. So I'm anxious to get home. I'm anxious to be here on a Saturday for a home game. I'm anxious that all that goes into it so we can see the city of Macon out supporting us.
Coach, give us a preview on the Citadel. They're coming in off of a big win themselves. They're 2-1. Preview Citadel.
Yeah, coach has done a great job. That's an outfit that was 0-11 last year, and they're coming in 2-1. So I think the biggest thing that they've changed in their department is it's not the players, but they have belief now. They're executing at a higher level. They do some things schematically in all three phases. They're a well-coached football team. The quarterback's a transfer kid from Liberty who had played and started, I think, 14 games at different points throughout his career at Liberty. And so they're more than capable, and they're playing with belief that maybe they didn't have last year with some of the losses. And so we're going to have a tremendous challenge on Saturday.
Coach, I know you'd rather have a 63-10 or 31-2, but what did you learn about your team in the February game?
Yeah, I learned that they're mentally tough as well as physically tough, and we can count on guys to do exactly what they're coached at critical moments when the game's on the line.
I'm not sure. I mean, the big thing over the weekend, the House Highlights post, and your face was on there. It was because it was originally Tennessee won 71-0, and then your face was somehow on like a post with like 50 million people. Did you see that?
Yeah, I've had several people send it to me. I don't, like, I have no idea what it was for. I don't know if they felt that we were somehow the Kent State staff, or they got me and Heupel confused, but whatever. I'll swap paychecks with them for a week, I promise. So, but I have no idea. I saw that it went viral, and I had a bunch of friends and family send it to me, but no clue why. I think I was signaling touchdown on what I thought was a strip sack there, so we'll see.
Coach, we talked about the offense and defense, punting, how important it is, but also you get a blocked kick, right, like you did from Dangerous. That's a big play as well.
Yeah, I mean, that was a tremendous momentum shift. And, I think there's 3 or 4 of those plays in the game, again, that have no bearing on the stat line necessarily where you could quantify it, but the blocked field goal from a momentum standpoint from a tight game that could have come down to 1 or 2 scores. And so that was a huge play. We emphasize playing the next play with our kids. And, you saw TJ Moore got beat early in that game, but he made the tackle without just conceding a touchdown, and we held him to a field goal. That was critical, right, when you only win by a touchdown. And so that was a big play. And then, as you and I talked, and we joked a little bit, Rick, but, we come out, we don't make the best decision to field the second half kickoff, so we end up with the ball on the -1. But you talk about having your back against the wall, you're up in a tight game, you're receiving the football. To see our kids get 2 first downs, and those of you guys that have ever attended a scrimmage with us, you know that we start every scrimmage in the backed up situation. And the goal isn't always to score necessarily, but it's to flip the field and get 2 first downs, and we were able to do that. So those are 3 really important things that I think happened in the game that will make us a better team that we can lean on. The ability to play the next play, the ability to continue to play high-end special teams, and then when you have your back against the wall, not get frantic, not panic, and just do what you do and move the football. And I thought those all led to us being successful and winning on Saturday.
Speaking of flipping the field, how big of a weapon, we talked about this post-game on Saturday, how big of a weapon has Don been?
Yeah, I mean, he's huge. You got to remember, I played for Jim Tressel, who will go down forever as the punt's the most important play in football. And he's a guy that's positively affected our program in so many ways. I mean, it's a huge, huge weapon for us to know that we can flip the field. And when you're playing good defense, you don't have to take as many risks when you have a guy that can do it. And, it's full field kicks, it's backed up kicks. I think he's had 8 kicks inside the 20 in the last 2 weeks. And so as much as I'd rather never see him on the field from like an offensive success standpoint, when he's out there, he's been a huge weapon for us. So.
Coach, in preseason, everyone has talked about how their goal is to get another SoCon title, or actually their first SoCon title. So for you, how did it feel for you and the rest of your staff and your players to be one step closer to that?
Yeah, I mean, we have a saying, it's on half the doors in our locker room just to be 1-0, and it's really because the focus has to be solely on that week's opponents. We know this is a really tough conference. I mentioned it earlier. I think there's more parity in the league this year than maybe there has been in the last 5 or 6 years. And so that was one step in the right direction. But to do it on the road, to do it in our SoCon opener, again, I think it's just a testament to some of the leadership that we have from the players and how bought in they are to what we're doing and how we're trying to play football.
Okay, anything else for Coach Jacobs?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, we talked about the weapon. Let's bring the weapon up. John McConnell, redshirt junior, a punter, transferred from Marshall. A lot of times you want a punter either to punt long or you want them to pooch kick the opposing team deep in their own territory. This guy had one Saturday. He punted it long and it died inside the 5-yard line. So, John, come up.
How's it going? First time up here.
Give us a little opening statement about yourself, John, and how this year's going for you.
Yeah, it's been a good start, and I think the main goal is just to keep it going. You know, we started fast. We have a really great punt unit, really great special teams buy-in. So, goal is just to keep moving forward and keep executing.
John, 7 punts on Saturday, 4 inside the 20. Talk about what kind of goes through your head when you kind of hit a really good punt, because I'm sure you've seen over the weekend, not only college but at the pro level, it seems like a lot of games have won a really good punter too.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. I'm always happy when that happens, but yeah, I mean, that's always the goal, just to be an effective player for your football team and help the team win.
Coming off your SoCon Player of the Week performance, how do you feel going into this game? I mean, you did 7 punts. Some people would say they don't want to see the punter at all. How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit more action, but, you know, it was good being out there. You know, I enjoy punting. I enjoy holding even more when, you know, it's for an extra point, but yeah, I mean, it really is a great unit out there. We have really great players out there, a lot of starters, a lot of older guys, some younger guys, really great long snapper, which makes my job a hell of a lot easier. So it's good.
John, you shared with us in the postgame Saturday, but your decision and why you wanted to come to Mercer and how comfortable you are now that you're here.
Yeah, it was, I'm really happy I made the decision to come here. You know, I love Coach Jacobs. I love Coach Yu. It was a pretty easy decision to make when it came down to it. But it's been great being here. It's a great group of guys, great special teams room. Really grateful to be here and excited to keep going.
We always hear from other guys, I always wanted to be a quarterback, or I always wanted to be a wide receiver. How long did you want to be a punter?
Yeah, I didn't always want to be a punter, I'll say that. You know, I started playing football in middle school and grew up playing soccer, so I had a good leg. So I was a kicker, punter, then got to high school, and there was a need my freshman year for a kicker and punter. And I fell into that spot at the perfect time and kind of just kept rolling with it.
Tom, you've done both of these this year, but what's your favorite punt, the 50-plus yard punt or the punt that dies inside the 5-yard line?
The one inside the 5. I love that punt. There's nothing better than seeing someone down the ball tight and seeing the defense go out there. It's the most fun playing football for me.
What kind of a relationship on the team do you have with the guys that are going down on special teams, down in front? You know, obviously you're really booted, but it depends a lot on them. So how do you interact with them?
Oh yeah, I mean all positive stuff. You know, those guys are great, and I'm very, very grateful for them and their effort and their buy-in for everything, because it is important. You know, playing on special teams, just being a specialist, you are kind of secluded in some ways from the rest of the guys, but being able to be in all those meetings and hang out with them in the locker room, I think definitely helps.
A lot of great punters through the years, and you idolize most.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of guys. I mean, my favorite guy to watch is A.J. Cole, punter for the Raiders. He's probably the best in the world right now, so watching him do it, watching all the pros do it, watch some of the college guys. Have been lucky to be around a lot of really successful punters, both college and NFL, just throughout my career and, you know, training and camps and stuff. So it's always great to be around really successful guys and just pick their minds, see how they feel, how they train, how they look at different aspects of the game, and just going from there.
All right, anything else for John? John's normally a punter, but he's about to be a sprinter. He's got a class at 12:30, so we're going to
Sir,
let him
yeah.
get out of here.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you, John. All right, we'll bring up now, you know how Coach likes to run the football. Whether you're going to run it, you got to have the guys up front that can make some holes. We're going to go to Israel Mukwiza, redshirt senior, a native of the Bronx, New York. Mook, come up, give us an opening statement about how the offense is performing.
Hello, everybody. Overview over the game. I feel like as an offensive line, we played pretty good. You know, we had a challenge coming into this game. You know, they had a good defensive front, so they challenged us all practice. Coach Jacobs and T.O. emphasized us to be more physical, and we took on that challenge. And I feel like as an offense, we could have left some points on the board, but all in all, we came out with the win, so I'm happy.
Israel, you guys were out there for almost 36 minutes. What's that like? Having to play a more prominent role in the offense and just being out there for a long period of time on long drives. What's that like as an offensive lineman?
Honestly, I I mean, there's a lot of plays that go into it, and at practice, they emphasize like conditioning, so like going towards the ball at each play. And I mean, you go get tired, but like you know that our main job is to protect and block people so we can score or get first downs. So it's all in all, this is I don't know really how to put it, but it is what it is. You know, we just have to take it on and just do it.
How far has the offensive line progressed since fall camp? You know, former offensive line coach here, so what's it been like transitioning?
I would say fall camp it was a hard start because we lost a lot of guys, a lot of the older guys. So my role had to step up as a leader, me and Riley. So the transition from fall camp to now has been a huge success. I feel like a lot of guys are buy-in, and we're taking it day by day. You know, our consistency has been playing a big part, and all in all, I'm happy.
But before the season started, there were questions from Mercer fans about the offense. But you saw those guys from day one in practice. Talk about how you have seen quarterback, running back, receivers, and how well this offense has played the first three games.
Yeah, well, coming in, you know, we had questions losing two big guys on our offense, you know, with Ty and Dev. But the guys that came in, they dialed in, and all in all, they've been pretty good. We have a lot of weapons on offense, starting with DJ, and our running backs with Dewey, Tyrell, CJ, and Michael Bell, and we got receivers like Kendall. There's a lot of young guys, but KP also. They're bought in, and it's been pretty well. We're gelling together pretty good, and then it's been fun to see them perform.
Got the Citadel coming in. Got the Citadel coming in Saturday night. One of the military type schools, always well disciplined. What challenges do you see for the offense this Saturday against the Sept?
Well, playing at Citadel since I've been here for the past 2 years, it's been a really physical game. So it's another physical game for us. So we got to die in our practice and be more dominant and be more physical.
What's it like, what kind of luxury is it for the offensive line to have a guy like DJ with the speed that he has behind you?
He always makes us right. You know, even if we make mistakes, he's always like giving us props and coaching us. You know, it's another coach on the field always. DJ is like he's a special player. You know, once we do our job, we know we're going to get a lot of incredible outcomes coming from him. You know, he's a great playmaker and a great decision maker.
You're from the Bronx.
Yes, sir.
You feel like you've been here 3 years, you feel like a Southerner now? Do you feel like you've got
Nah, I haven't adjusted yet. I mean, I always love going back home after, but I kind of adjusted. I don't like the heat. That's really the main thing. But other than that, it's been a good transition.
Got anything else to move? Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.